Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end, Honorable Knowledge Seeker. Today I'm your host for the afternoon. My name is Badun Das. I'm from Bangladesh, your Knowledge Seeker. I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international educational and training institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that is not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to students, job seeker, job holder, and also for learners, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we're trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like create own profile website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global renowned professionals to develop all kind of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Free knowledge is crucial for the state of global professional knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As it member are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individual who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before I move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with the continuous support. You already completed 1617 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with the continuous support. You already completed 1717 webinars successfully. Dear IGP participant well-wisher, at this moment this is very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.edioigp.com. On this website we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched a new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information you will enjoy our feature. With business data you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in online quiz competition on our website. We replace that. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam for that. If you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speaker's certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organize common support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of instant certificate from our website within minutes. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global fluency during the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge seeker, certificate of social activities during the pandemic, certificate of achievement IGP knowledge seeking MBA 2020, 2021 and 2022, certificate of participation webinar series 1, authentic assessment and teaching learning, certificate of participation webinar series 2, teaching English as a foreign language and assessment, certificate of participation webinar series 3, digital classroom engagement tools, certificate of participation webinar series 4, the new trend in education, certificate of participation webinar series 5, upskilling organization leadership and managerial skills, certificate of participation webinar series 6, training innovation in mathematics education, certificate of participation webinar series 7, research comprehension approach, certificate of participation webinar series 8, art in teaching a special program in the art, certificate of participation webinar series 9, 21st century tool in teaching mathematics, certificate of IGP corporate ambassador, certificate of IGP campus ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificate, teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our 50 plus student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but day of taking a problem, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition. We solve for issue from our website. Now you can enroll reset password everything. You will check your dashboard for our webinar details. If you couldn't interested, check our button and playlist on our website. Should like and say you benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our success. At present, we are going to start our 1718 webinar, which name is Basic Concept of Goods and Services Tax (GST). And today our speaker ma'am name is Dr. M. Deepa M.Com, CA MPhil PhD. She is from India. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker ma'am, I want to share a very little bit about her. Assistant Professor PG Department of Commerce CA, Narantha Gounder, Mahilgram College, Kochali, Tamil Nadu, India. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Ma'am, the stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, ma'am, sure.
Hello, ma'am. Is there any problem?
No, ma'am, no issues, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, then start the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shall we start, ma'am? Can you hear me?
Yes, please, ma'am, start. Our audience are waiting.
Okay, ma'am. So, warm good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm Dr. M. Deepa, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce EA, Nallamuthu Kaundar Mahalingam College, Pollachi. Before I'm going to my presentation, I would like to render my thank to entire team of Institute of Global Professional for giving me this wonderful opportunity. This is the best platform for me to expose my views to the audience in the all over world. So the topic which I'm going to discuss is basic concepts of goods and services tax. It is a new concept. So here I'm going to discuss the basic concepts of goods and services tax. So the first one is types of tax. In India, there are two types of taxes have been collected. The first one is direct tax, and the second one is indirect tax. Direct tax means the tax which is directly paid by the individual to the government. The person who are getting rupees 2,50,000 beyond, they have to pay tax to the government. That is a direct tax. And one more, that tax on undisclosed foreign income and assets. So these two types of tax coming under direct tax. The next one is indirect tax. So all the individuals we have paid tax to the government through indirectly. So in previously sales tax, value added tax, everything is coming under indirect tax. Now GST also is coming under indirect tax, and next one is custom duty. So this is a new concept introduced by the government. After a long period, they have discussed to implement this GST by the Indian government. So after a long period, so 1st July 2017, the GST was introduced. And the next one is a custom duty. It is also a duty is imposed for goods when they are transported across the international borders. Simply, the custom duty can say that import or export duty. We can say that. So these are the two types of taxes which have been collected by the government: direct tax and indirect tax. Next slide, please. So now the GST is it is called as a one nation one tax. The GST is replaced the luxurious tax, entry tax, local tax, octroi, entertainment tax, excise duty, CST, and value added tax. So all these taxes replaced in the one name is called as a goods and services tax. So luxurious tax. So the name itself have a meaning luxury. So the goods which is used, it is not a normal purpose. So luxurious, if we are using this luxurious products, we have to pay luxurious tax. And this type of tax, it is also an indirect tax. And this type of tax is it is only for luxurious goods. It is not essential for the daily life. So that type of tax is called as a luxurious tax. And next one is entry tax. Here the movement of goods from one area to another area, we have to pay entry tax. It is fully levied by the state government. And the local tax is based on property tax, municipal tax, and license, payroll tax is everything is coming under local tax. And octroi, it is also one type of tax which is levied by the state government on certain category of goods and services in the entry into the area. So Gujarat and Maharashtra, they are using this type of tax previously, but after introducing this GST, they are also stop to use this octroi type of tax. Now they are also started to implement this GST in the Gujarat and Maharashtra. Previously, they are using this type of tax. After implement this GST, they are also abolishing this octroi type of GST, octroi type of tax system. And entertainment tax, it is mainly film. The entertainment of tax is levied only by the film. And next one is excise duty. This type of tax is charged on goods produced in the country. So products are sales within the state. They are excise duty they have collected. And next one is central sales tax. And next one is value added tax. So each and every place the value will be getting increased. So this type of tax is called as a value added tax. So all these tax systems are replaced under the one name called as a GST. So it is a one nation, one tax. So previously we are using all these type of tax. So there are different types of tax system have been collected. So the government they are facing much problem while they are collecting this tax. So to avoid those problems, they are implementing a new name called as a GST, Goods and Services Tax. It is one nation, one tax. All the tax systems are coming under one umbrella. It is a GST. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So introduction of GST. So GST is introduced on 1st July 2017. So before the watchword period itself, the GST plan to implement, but over the period they have discussed, and in each and every council GST council meeting they have discussed the pros and cons of GST and products and registration, everything they have discussed. So after a long period, they have implemented this GST on July 1st, 2017. So it is also one type of indirect tax. It is already we have seen that it is a one nation and one tax. So all these tax systems are coming under one umbrella. It is also most significant tax reforms. In India, they have followed dual GST. The central government and state government have separate taxes for both the taxes are applied on consumers. And some products have excluded from the GST. So few products have been exempted from this GST. Next slide, please. So the GST was during the Vajpayee period. It seems they have planned to implement this, but due to they have discussed nearly the 30 council meeting they have discussed. So after a long period only they have introduced this GST. So now after introducing this GST, the government is easy to collect the tax amount from the people, because nearly the government says that one lakh and 50 crores it seems they have easily cut from the taxpayers. So after implement this GST, there is a positive impact among the entrepreneurs as well as the government. Next slide, please. It is imposed on supply of goods and services. It is a multi-stage destination-oriented tax imposed on every value addition. Both central government and state government having authority to levy as well as the collection of taxes on goods and services tax. It is a replacement of multiple indirect tax like value-added tax, excise duty, and services tax, etc. So value-added tax. So before introducing this GST, there is a sales tax and value-added tax. Everything is there. So once the goods is from manufacturer place to wholesaler, there is a value addition. At the same thing from wholesaler to retailer, retailer to middleman, then agent, then at last the goods which reach to consumers, customers. So customers, the person who consume the products at final stage. So from manufacturer to till consumer, the once the products movement from one hands to another hand, the value will be getting increased. So that is called as a value added tax. And sales tax. So while they are selling their products, they are getting sales tax. So all these types of tax will be replaced in the name of GST as an indirect tax. So it is levied by both central and state government, and they are also having rights to collect the both type of tax systems under GST. Next, ma'am. What is the reason for introducing this GST? So the first one is to replace the prevailing complex. So before introducing this GST, there is a complement to collect the tax system, tax from the taxpayers. So after implement this GST, so it is easy to the government to collect the tax automatically. The suppliers are paying tax to the government. So once they are registered under GST, so if their turnover is exceeding the limit, so automatically the tax will be collected by the government. So after implement this GST, so the government, it is easy then to collect the tax. Then fragmented tax structure will be unified system. So there is no different type of tax structure for all the people. So all the peoples are following the same structure of the tax system. So simplify compliance. So there is no compliance. So once they are exceeding the turnover, they have to pay tax to the government. So here the tax structure also they have classified. So 5%, 8%, 18%, 28%, like that. They are dividing the products. Depends on the product they are collected its tax structure. So the tax compliance also will be getting reduced. Then reducing cascading tax system. So cascading means tax on tax will be getting reduced because of introducing this GST. So next one is promote economic integration. So automatically, so all taxpayers are paying the tax regularly. The automatic economic will be integrated to overcome the problem of the existing tax structure. Only they are introducing this GST. Easy to collect the tax for the government. So already we have said that. So the government to the government, it is easy process to collect the tax from the taxpayers. So after implementing the GST, we are getting news from the newspapers that so it is an crores and crores of amount have been collected through this GST. So automatically, once they are registered under GST, whether voluntarily or compulsorily, so once they are registered, their turnover is exceeding. Previously, its turnover limit is 20 lakhs. Now it is exceeds to 40 lakhs. So if their income anyway they have registered under GST. So if they register their income, if their turnover is exceed that limit, automatically the tax will be paid by the person to the government. So that's why the main reason that they have introduced this GST. So to replace the prevailing complex and fragment tax structure will be followed for uniformity in all the systems, and tax compliance will be getting reduced, and tax on tax system will be getting reduced because of this GST. So there is no tax on tax systems here. And automatically once they are pay their tax to the government, that amount will be utilized for all the purpose which is needed by the public. So automatically the economy will be promoted to the next level, and to overcome the problem in the existing tax structure also, and it is easy to collect the tax amount from the taxpayers. So these are all the main reason that they have introduced this GST in India. Next one, ma'am. Next one is basic concepts in GST. It's a destination-based tax system. It's a multi-stage tax system, we can say that, and comprehensive tax is levied at each stage of value addition, and it is having replaced multi-indirect tax in the country. As we have seen in the first slide, entertainment tax, custom duty, and CST, value-added tax, octroi, entertainment tax, all the tax systems is replaced under one tax system is called as GST, and it is successfully helped for the Indian government to achieve the target level, and it is also called as one nation one tax. So for the Indian government, it is says that it is a positive impact among the Indian government that they have collected tax amount from the taxpayers. So it helps to the Indian government to achieve the targeted level. Next slide, please, ma'am. So different types of tax systems. So there are four types of tax systems have to be followed. The first one is Central Goods and Services Tax (CGST), and the next one is State Goods and Services Tax (SGST), and Indirect Goods and Services Tax (IGST), and next one is last one is Union Territory Goods and Services Tax. So there are four types of GST tax system has to be followed. The first one is Central Goods and Services Tax. So Central Goods and Services Tax means Central Goods and Services Tax. And some of the goods have been collected by the central government. It is called as a Central Goods and Services Tax. Few taxes will be collected by the state government. It is called as a State Goods and Services Tax. IGST means the goods between two states. It is collected by the. It is called as an Integrated Goods and Services Tax. The tax, the process within a state, it is both central and state government have been collected. If the transfer of goods from one state to another state, there is an integrated goods and services tax. They between two states they are using this IGST. So union territory, there are 7 union territories are there. So in that area they have separate union territory goods and services system they have followed. Next slide, please. So supply of goods and services, the goods interstate. So we are using this IGST. So intrastate means within the state, if we are supply of goods and services, it is CGST and SGST. Here, if the, for example, if the product the product rate of the product is 18% tax means, so 9% in case of intrastate. Intrastate means within the state, if we are supplying, the tax rate is 18%, means commonly 18%. 9% goes to central goods and services tax and 9% goes to SGST. So the way they have split their tax rate to the central and state government. So if the products is sold, the product supply within the state, it is both central and state government they are levy and collect. If it is interstate, for example, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, if we are doing or if we are supplying goods with one state to another state, for example, from Tamil Nadu to Kerala, if they transport the products, there they have to use IGST. So likewise, they are collecting this tax system. So here, this is the way they are supplying goods and services tax. So interstate, if we are supplying interstate, it is used. We are using this IGST. If the products within the state, CGST and SGST, they have followed. So GST sales within the same state, CGST, and sales within the state SGST. So both the government they have split the amount, then they are taking their amount CGST and SGST. If it is interstate means IGST I have implemented GST. So that tax amount collected by the IGST. Next one is types of structure as we have discussed already, CGST and SGST and IGST. So Central Goods and Services Tax. Central Goods and Services Tax has been replaced existing Central Value Added Tax and Services Tax. The revenue collected by under GST is in Central Government of India. So under CGST, the tax government is collected by the central government. The following central taxes have been levied and subsumed under GST: central excise duty, additional excise duty, excise duty levied under medical preparations, services tax, additional custom duty, special additional duties of customs, and last one is central surcharge and excise. So all these tax amounts will be coming under CGST. So here the central GST or CGST is collected only by the central government. So next one is state GST or state goods and services tax. It is collected only by the state government. So the revenue is collected only under the SGST is only for state government. The state government and service tax will be replaced state value added tax. The following tax system has been replaced as value added tax, entertainment tax, central sales tax, octroi tax, purchase tax, luxury tax, tax on lottery, betting and gambling, and state subsidies and surcharges. It's all coming under SGST. And next one is IGST. It's IGST or Indirect Goods and Services Tax that is collected by the central government. So IGST is only collected by the central government. In this, if the transaction is between a state, then we are using this IGST. So, for example, from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu or Kerala to Tamil Nadu. So, the transactions between two states, we are using this IGST. So, these are all the different types of tax system that have been followed. Then union territory, one more types of union territory GSTs are there. Here the union territories are Andaman Nicobar, Chandigarh, Dadra, Nahar Haveli, Daman, and Delhi, Lakshadweep, Puducherry, etc. So all these seven union territories having different types of tax system. So there they are using this union territory GST. So that GST will not be applicable in other areas. So these are the four different types of tax systems that should be followed in GST: CGST, IGST, SGST, and UTGST. So CGST is only for central government, SGST is only for state government, IGST, the transaction between two states, it is called as an IGST, and seven union territories are there. They are having this separate GST system they have to follow. Next slide, please. So what are the benefits of GST in India? The main thing that easy to use online procedure. So if we want to register under GST, we can easily use this online portal and we can register. So even in all the individuals, we can register under GST. So there is a simple procedure that we have to follow through online. So it is easy procedure to each and everyone they can register under GST. So higher threshold for registration. So here, previously it is 20 lakhs, now it is increased to 40 lakhs, and few states have a threshold limit of 10 lakhs. After 10 lakhs, they can register. So those who are having turnover beyond 40 lakhs, they have to pay register. They have to pay GST to the government. But all the persons they can register by voluntarily. So higher threshold for registration. So then easy transportation of goods for e-commerce companies. So it is a very important thing that e-commerce business operates all over the world. So we can do the easy transportations of goods and services through e-commerce companies. Then systematic and regulated process will be followed under GST. So no one can escape from this process. So if we want to register, each and everyone we can register under GST. If our turnover will be getting increased, we have to pay GST to the government. Unless otherwise, we no need to pay tax to the government. So here, the systematic and regulated process, there is a law. So there is no way to escape from the GST. No one. So more efficient logistics also. Shipping also it's a more efficient one. And no more tax on tax. So here the cascading systems will be abolished because of this GST. So here all the tax systems are coming under one umbrella. So there is no cascading tax system in GST. So this is the main benefit for each and every one. So for individual, they enjoy these benefits. Then composition scheme has to be rescue for small companies. So there is a composition scheme will be applied to the small scale companies. So these are all the benefits of GST in India. Apart from those, it removes the cascading tax system. It is exempted. It exempts for small traders for compulsory registration. So if they are small traders, they are exempted from the GST because their turnover will not exceeding that particular limit. So they are exempted from this GST, and it provides composition scheme for all the small business. And next one is simple online procedures they have followed for registration is lesser compliance. So once we are registered under GST, we have to follow some systematically. So there is a less complaints from the individual side, and provide defined treatment for the online traders e-commerce, and provides increased efficiency of logistics, and it regulates unorganized sector. So these are the main benefits of GST. Next one is features of GST. Features of GST. These are the main benefits of GST while we are using this GST. So we can do the online procedures, and small scale industries they are exempted from this GST because their limit is not exceeding that particular limit. And e-commerce companies mainly they are using this GST, and there are systematic follow that should be followed in GST. More efficient logistic. There is no cascading check system, and it is mainly useful for the small scale companies to introduce the many composition scheme under this GST. The next one is features of GST. Next slide, please. The next one is GST, features of GST. Significant changes in the indirect tax system in India. So after implementing this GST, there is a significant changes that should be happened in the tax system, especially in the tax system. So mainly the small scale traders are saved because of this GST. Because so normally if we are saying this tax, so everyone that is there any loopholes for tax systems, so how they are they escape from the tax systems. So even individual in income tax we have seen that if their income is exceeding rupees 2,50,000, they pay tax to the government. But even the government employees, they thought that they are investing their amount in somewhere. Even if they are not investing, they shown that the materials, everything. So in that time, their tax evasion, tax avoidance is happens. The before introducing the GST, the same thing will be happened in the and in this side also, in the tax systems also. So after the implementing the GST, the significant changes will be happened in this tax collection area. So tremendous amount of tax to be collected by the government after implementing this GST. So the first features of this GST is dual GST system. So here dual means two. Two means central government and state government. So levy and collected this amount. So because some percentage of amount will be paid to the central government, and some percentage, if it is 18 percentage means 9 percentage will be goes to central government, and balance 9 percentage will be goes to the state government. Here the dual systems will be followed in this GST. So the first feature of this GST is dual GST systems will be followed. The GST structure in India is dual GST system, that is, which means both central and state government have the power to levy GST. The GST Council, which is headed by the Union Finance Minister and comprises finance ministers of all the states, determines the rates and other modalities of GST. So before introducing this GST, the GST Council meeting will be conducted. So in that council meeting is headed by the Union Finance Minister and the finance ministers of all the states. They are determined the so each and day they have discussed the pros and cons of GST. After implementing this GST, how they collect amount from the taxpayers, as well as what are the tax structure they have to follow. What are the tax structure they have to follow for each and every products? What are the products coming under 0%? What are the products coming under exemption? What are the products is coming under 5%? What are the products coming under 18%, 28%, and special cases for 0.25 percentage, so 3 percentage. So everything they have to classify the products. So which products is coming under which slab rate, which products is coming under which slab rate. So they in that council meeting they have discussed everything. After discussed everything only, they have introduced this GST concept. So here the state government GST structure comprises of both central and state government and indirect. So all these tax systems is coming under GST. So here the dual GST systems will be followed. So that in other cases there is no dual systems will be followed. So here there are two GST system will be followed in GST. So one nation one tax. So after implementing this GST is one nation one tax. So all the taxpayers are followed only one tax systems. Here GST has brought about the concept of one nation, one tax, which means that uniform tax systems will be followed in all the country. So now across the world, they have to follow only one tax systems. So this helps it for creating unified market, reducing compliance cost, increasing the ease of doing business. So after implement this GST only, so many people have started to do their business, started their business. So it is compliance cost will be getting reduced, then increase in ease of doing business. So in previously there are difficulty to manage a business. So after implement this GST, there is no tax compliance from the producer side. So it is easy for them to do their business. Early different stages, different tax rates, lending of confusion, compliance issues for business operating in multiple states. So each and every state they are having, they are followed some their own circumstances. So after implement this GST only, so all the states are followed one tax systems. So, see GST, SGST, and IGST. So everything they have to follow according to the rules which is prescribed by the GST Council. So it is for all the taxpayers is easy to in which case we have to pay tax. What are the tax structure they have to follow, everything they are familiar. So depending upon that they have pay tax to the government. So here the one nation one tax is followed. So it is a main feature in the GST. So across the world they are following one tax. So multiple slab rates are followed. Here the GST, after implement this GST, it is a multiple tax structure with the different tax rates of different goods and services tax. The slab rate for 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. Additionally, there is a special rate of taxes 0.25 on rough precious and semi-precious stones and says on certain goods such as cigarettes, and luxurious cars, etc. Multiple car slab rates have been introduced to ensure that the essential goods are taxed at lower rates, while luxurious goods are taxed at higher rates. So if the product is satisfy the all the class of people, they are fixed. They are fixing the normal tax rate. If it is luxurious one, they are fixing the higher rate of tax structure. So this is the way they are using this multiple tax liabilities available only because of this GST. So this is the main features of GST. Multiple taxes slabs are followed. Then input tax credit. Input tax credit is one of the main features of GST. It allows the businesses to claim the credit for tax paid of inputs used in the production of goods and services tax. So we can claim this input tax credit for the, it is allowed only for the business people, and this ensure that the tax was not levied on tax and the cascading effects will be removed. Because of this introducing this GST, there is chance that the business people can claim the input tax credit, and as well as the tax on tax cascading system will be abolished because of this GST. Then composition scheme will be introduced, which is applicable for the small taxpayers, which turnover is up to 1.5 crores. So up to 1.5 crores for small taxpayers, this composition scheme will be applied. Under this scheme, the taxpayers can pay the flat rate of tax based on their turnover. So based on their turnover, they can pay tax to the government without having no maintained detailed records or filing regular returns. However, the taxpayers under this composition scheme not eligible for to getting this input tax credit, charging GST in their suppliers. Next one is e-way bill. So in this e-way bill, the document that is to be required for the government movement of goods worth more than 50,000 with or outside the state. The e-way bill will be generated electronically and contains details such as name of the consignor and consignee, invoice number, HSN code, and value of goods, everything. The e-way bill has been introduced to ensure that seamless movement of goods and to prevent the tax evasion. So if the goods is transferred worth more than 50,000, automatically within the state or outside the state, automatically the e-way will be generated. So supply of goods interstate or intrastate, based on that the amount will be automatically generated. So here this it is also one type of features in the GST. Reverse charge mechanism. So usually the reverse charge mechanism is receipt of goods or services is required to pay tax instead of the suppliers. So RCM, reverse charge mechanism, is applicable to certain specified goods or services, and it ensures that the tax is collected even from unregistered suppliers. The RCM has been introduced to prevent tax evasion and ensure the tax base is widened. So reverse charge usually who receive the products they have paid tax to the government, but here the instead of suppliers, here the recipient of goods will be paid tax to the government. So here the unregistered dealer and registered dealer, if they are having transaction, even instead of unregistered dealer, the registered dealer will pay tax to the government. It is reversely we are following them. That is why it's called as a reverse charge mechanism. The next one is electronic filing and payment. So GST introduced the electronic filing and payment of taxes, which has been made the tax system for more efficient and transparent. There is no hiding document in the while they are registering and they are while they are payment of GST. So the taxpayers can file the returns and make payments through online, which has to be reduce the time and cost involved in the compliance. The GST TIN number portal has been developed to develop the enabled taxpayers to file the returns and make the payments electronically. So here there is no hiding the documents, so everything will be transparent. So once you are getting over, then we have to pay tax to the government. So here there is no hiding the document everything. The threshold exemption, so up to 40 lakhs. So previously there is a 20 lakhs will be limited. So if your turnover is exceeding rupees 40, exceeding 40 crore, 40 lakhs, we have to pay GST to the government. Unless otherwise, we no need to pay tax to the government. So GST provides a threshold exemption, which means that small business within the turnover up to 40 lakhs exempted from the GST. Special case states threshold limit is 20 lakhs. The exemption has been provided to reduce the compliance burden on the small business and encourage the entrepreneurship. So now it is increased to 40 lakhs, previously 20 lakhs. Special case of state, they are having 20 lakhs turnover. If their turnover is beyond that limit, they have to pay GST to the government, unless otherwise no need to pay GST to the government. So these are all the various features of GST. The next one is certain features. So comprehensive tax system that should be followed. Multiple tax will be available only in GST. Destination based on the tax system. Tax credit, input tax credit. Burden falls on final consumers. Next one is elimination of cash cutting effects. So tax on tax will be eliminated. These are the various features of GST. Next slide, please, ma'am. So next one is need for GST. Why we need this GST in India? So the first one is structure. Structure will be simple. So because of this tax structure, uh, will be simple. So if my products is coming under this slab rate, I have to pay tax. So that is the main reason that the taxes structure will be simple. That's why we need this GST. Tax revenue will increase. So the tax revenue will be getting increased due to this GST. And next one is competitive pricing also is available. An increase in efficiency of taxation and it improve the economic growth and increase the volume of tax collection. So the VAT rates and regulations differ from states to state, and it has been observed that the state often result of slashing these rates of cascading effects, the results loss of revenue for both central and state government. So the automatically the revenue will be getting increased of because of this value add tax we are using. So on the other hand, that's why they have implemented this GST. So after implement this GST, there is a uniform law tax system will be followed for all the states, spanning across diverse industries. Here the tax systems will be divided between the central and state government for predefined and pre-approved formula. In addition, that become a more easier to offer services and goods uniformly across the nation, since there won't be any additional states levy tax. So the taxes levy that should be collected from the GST government. There is no additional tax will be collected or levied. So GST will avoid the cascading effects of older indirect taxes in the country. For example, they follow what if my turnover is exceeding rupees 40 lakhs, I have to pay tax to the government, unless otherwise I no need to pay tax to the government. So here tax on tax will be avoided. In such a case they are we need this GST, so which however becomes tax on. So the introduction of GST will avoid the situation of tax on tax. So after implement this, so for example, the manufacturer, if the manufacturer for manufacturing pen, the cost is rupees 4 means, or 5 rupees means. So once the product is transferred from manufacturer to wholesaler, the 1 rupee will be getting increased. 6 rupees. So 6 rupees, the product 7 rupees. So next to 8 rupees, next to 9 rupees. So ultimately, the consumer will burn this amount of rupees 10,000 10 rupees. So likewise the tax on tax will be, so for that 1 rupee I have paid tax to the government, so again that 1 rupee. So likewise the tax on tax will be getting avoided because of introducing this GST. So these are the reason we need this GST in India. So GST count. Next slide please, ma'am. So rate of structure. So the rate of structure is the different. The primary GST enables that regular taxpayers consider pick that 0%. There is no tax systems. So only that product should be exempted under GST. There is no need to pay tax to the government. So that is 0%. The next one is 5%. 5%. So 0% means it is imposed like jute, fresh meat, fish, chicken, eggs, milk, buttermilk, curd, natural honey, fresh fruits, vegetables, flour, bread, salt, bindi, stamps, judicial papers, printed books, newspapers, everything is coming under 0%. 5% tax system also followed. Here the 5% goods are below 1,000 rupees apparels, packaged food items, footwear below rupees 500, cream, skimmed milk powder, branded spanner, vegetables, coffee, tea, spices, pizza, bread, rusk, kerosene, coal, medicines, stent, lifeboats, cashew nuts in shell, every ice, snow, biogas, everything is coming under 5% of tax system. 12% above 1,000 rupees apparels, frozen meat products, butter, cheese, ghee, dry fruits in packed form, animals fat, fruit juice, Ayurvedic medicine, tooth powder, agarbatti, coloring books, picture books, umbrella, sewing machine, cell phones, kitchen app, all these products are coming under 12%. 18% footwear costing more than rupees 500, trademark, goodwill, software, biscuits, ice cream, instant food mixes, mineral water, tissues, envelope, notebooks, steel products, printed circuits, camera, speakers, headgear, parts, aluminum foil, weight machinery. So everything is coming under CCTV, electronical transformer, optical fiber, swimming pools, padding pools, everything is coming under 18 percentage. So 18 percentage, and 28 percentage is uh, pan masala, paints, sunscreen, wallpaper, water heater, dishwater, weaving machine, washing machine, ATM, vending machine, vacuum cleaner, automobiles, motorcycles, aircrafts or personal use. It's everything coming under 28 percentage. So there are few lesser use GST 3 percentage and 0.25 percentage for precious gold, and this type of products will be offered as 3 percentage and 0.25 percentage. So these are all the different types of taxes structure should be followed in GST. So in previously there is no this type of taxes structure will be followed after implement the GST only. So for each product they are fixing the slab rate. So depends upon that they have to pay GST to the government. So more than amount we no need to pay tax to the government. So these are the different tax structure will be followed. Next one is, so levy and collection of GST. So already we have discussed the CGST and SGST is levied by central government and state government. It is if they are 18 percentage means they are 9 percentage will be collected by the central government and balance 9 percentage will be collected by the state government. So GST is levied on taxable value of goods and services tax, including transaction value, tax, duties, and other charges. The tax is collected from customers by registered suppliers and deposited with the government. Next slide, please, ma'am. Depends upon the supply, they are levy of goods and services and supply the goods and services. So, reverse hedge mechanism, the liability to pay tax to the recipient of supply of goods and services instead of the supplier of goods and services in respect of notified categories of supply. Reverse charge mechanism is a process of GST payment by the receiver instead of supplier. So instead of supplier, the receiver will pay tax to the government. That is why it is called as a reverse charge mechanism. In this case, the liability of tax payment is transferred to the recipient or receiver instead of the supplier. So instead of supplier, the recipient or receiver pay tax to the government. The reverse charge mechanism is applicable in case of imports purchased from unregistered dealer, supply of notified goods and services. This reverse hedge mechanism is a scenario as the person who receiving the goods and services need to pay tax to the government. The receiver is purchasing goods from the unregistered providers. There is need GST paid on behalf of. A payment voucher needs to be issued from the supplier to the recipient. The recipient must be registered as a person under Section 2, subsection 94 of the CGST Act. So there is a reverse hedge mechanism is instead of supplier, the recipient or receiver will pay tax to the government. That is why it is called as a reverse charge mechanism. Next slide, ma'am. So one thing that GST Council, the GST, and before we are going to see that we have seen that GST Council. The GST Council is the bill passed Parliament seeks to set up GST Council. According to GST bill, President must be continued GST Council with the 60 days of the Act coming into force. The Constitution of India is the authority under the GST Council is created. The GST Council aims to develop harmonized national market of goods and services tax. The GST in India is governed by GST Council. The council includes the Union Finance Minister will be there, and Union Minister of State are charge revenue of finance. The Minister of charge of finance or taxation of any other minister nominated by each government. So these are all the persons which is included in the GST Council. So each and everything will be discussed in this GST Council. So in each council meeting they have discussed which type of product is coming under which slab rate, everything they have discussed. So once they have discussed each and everything thoroughly, then only they have implemented this GST. So next one is last point is registration of GST. So document, what are the document which is required for GST is PAN of the applicant, Aadhaar card, and proof of business registration or incorporation certificate, identify and address proof of the director with the photographs. So the previously slab rate is 20 lakhs, now it is increased to 40 lakhs. So whose turnover is beyond that limit, they have to pay GST to the government. So unless otherwise, we can do the voluntary registration. So voluntary, if I want to register under GST, I can do. But I don't need to pay tax to the government if my turnover is exceeding that particular limit. The same goes for our service providers in the same state whose annual turnover is 40 lakhs. Next slide, please. So want registration means applying for a registration of GST on a voluntary basis. There is no compulsory registration. Compulsory registration means my turnover is exceeding the 40 lakhs turnover. I have to pay compulsory register under GST. But here voluntarily I can register, but no need to pay tax, GST to the government. And the dealer who are not required to register as per the GST Act can apply the warrant registration on GST portal. So here there is no compulsory registration under GST. So if I want to register under GST, I can do. So there is no compulsory. When we are going to say for compulsory means if my turnover is exceeding my 40 lakhs, I have to pay tax to the government. I have to compulsorily pay tax to the government, and I have to compulsory registration under GST. So the main problem while I'm doing this voluntary registration, Indian taxpayers who opt for voluntary registration will liable to collect tax from their customers and issue of tax invoice to them. So this is the main problem they have followed if we are doing this voluntary registration. So this will be done irrespective of their turnover. So this is the main problem they have faced while I'm doing this water registration. Next slide, please. So compulsory registration, whose turnover exceeds the limit, the compulsory registration. Who are the person not liable for compulsory registration? Any person engaged exclusively in the business of supplying goods or services are both not liable to tax or wholly exempted from the tax under this act, GST. And agriculture is no need to register under this GST. So these are the two person is not liable for the compulsory registration. So other than these two persons, if their turnover is exceeds rupees 40 lakhs, they have coming under compulsory registration. So others they can do the voluntary registration. If we are doing this voluntary registration, we have there is a few problems. So we can rectify those problems. So either I can do the voluntarily or I can do the compulsory registration. So which category you are coming, you can register according to that. Unless otherwise just we can register the GST. So the registration process also very less. It will be simplify the registration process also. So if we are having Aadhaar and PAN number, each and every individual we can register the GST. So now the employment opportunities also will be getting increased because of after implementing this GST. So all the companies are using this GST. All the companies are registering the GST. So each company, if I'm registering for one company, I'm getting 800 rupees per company. So likewise, the employment opportunities also get increased because introducing of this GST. Next slide, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you for your patience listening also.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now,
Thank
ma'am,
you, ma'am.
it's time for our question and answer, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is from Bhalanoga. Is there a taxless goods and service?
Is there any tax list? So here they have mentioned the different types of slab rate. So there is no tax list system will be followed. Here the products are coming under each product. So if my product is coming under 5% or 8% or 18% or 28%, that is the process they have followed. But there is no tax list goods and services tax will be available.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer, ma'am. There is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to
Thank
our
you.
day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue the quiz session from our website. So to join the quiz session, you have to go www.slider.com and the code is 220276. I repeat the code 220276. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. start our quiz session right now. Our first question is amount of income after basic living expense and taxes used to purchase goods and services that satisfy our all wants. Option 1, industrial income. Option 2, disposable income. Answer 70% people are right here in the leaderboard. Floramint is holding the first position. Our second question is goods, utility, and consumer are the basic concepts of economy. Option 1 false, option 2 true. Option 1 is the right answer. No one is correct here. Our third question is is basic goods and requirement of practical reasonableness are psychological concepts. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 2 is the right answer. 86% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Timothy is holding the first position. Our fourth question is the basic sector of a city's economy consists of goods, service, produced for option 1, residents of the city itself, option 2, areas outside the city. Option 2 is the right answer. 20% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our fifth question is example of basic goods and service. Option 1, food. Option 2, environment. Option 1 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our sixth question is transformation of goods, service, and concept that are not considered goods into value. Option 1, image. Option 2, commodification. Option 2 is the right answer. 93% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our seventh question is the basic categories of input used to produce goods and service. Option 1, outsources. Option 2, resources. Option 2 is the right answer. 67% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our eighth question is goods to service continuum is related to the concept of option 1, seeing, believing, and buying. Option 2, search, experience, and credentials. Option 2 is the right answer. 64% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our second last question is to the basic economic condition of all goods and services. Option 1 or option 2. Option 1 is the right answer. 60% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Imota is holding the first question. Our last and final question of the session is basic goods are and service are produced W the aid of science and technology in these types of society. Option 1 agriculture or option 2 industry. Option 2 is the right answer. 64% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to ignore people or things, Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, I again want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.